Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to our 13th podcast. Lucky number 13.
Yay. Amazing. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
I'm Iris.
I'm Kristen.
And we're at the Cashmere Goats.
We are. It's been 2-3 weeks. Time flies, doesn't it? We have lots to talk about today, lots to share.
Yes.
Some exciting news. But we always start with what we're wearing. So, what are you wearing, Iris?
I'm wearing a finished object, which is the Crosswalk shawl by Stephen West. And I mentioned it in a previous podcast as a work in progress.
It's beautiful.
And this was definitely a little bit out of my comfort zone color-wise. But I just kind of went with my gut, and I really enjoyed the pattern. And so, yeah, Crosswalk.
It's
And
beautiful.
the wool is a Stephen West Stephen and Penelope yarn.
Yeah, from just a little Tripper parents made.
Yes.
Just a little special yarn there.
So exciting. But it's a DK, which is so nice because it just doesn't last forever.
Yeah, when she came into the store yesterday wearing it, I was like, wait, you're done? So, yes.
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 And what are you wearing?
Well, this is not technically my finished object. Alice of Birch Tree Knitting made this. It's the Cottage Rose shawl, and I have been coveting it, so I thought I'd give it a little try today. It's made out of one single skein of plush single on the round, and this is Himalayan salt. And I love a good pink.
It's really great.
And so, yeah, that's my only knit I'm wearing today. But it is starting to be knit season. I did have a sweater on, but it's a little sweaty.
Well, sometimes we get a little extra heated when we're doing our
we
podcast.
do.
Let's be honest. Should we talk about our works in progress?
Yes.
Next?
Yep. Well, I am continuing to work slowly on my Scootic Bay cardigan.
Slowly, but you're really enjoying it because the yarn
am.
is so scrummy.
I love this yarn, and I love how it works up. I need a bigger bag for it now. I also love my new needle. I never thought I would really be into these things, but they keep me in line. So this is the Scootic Bay, and this yarn just shows the stitches so well. It's so nice to work with. I'm excited to finish and wear it. It's not going to take that much. I just have been doing lots of things.
Well, and interestingly, we saw Tony's, one of our customer, Tony, had just finished her Scootic Bay. She used the BFL fleece as well. She chose like a hunter green, and she said that she was a little worried when she chose it that it might be a little dark for showing off those beautiful textured stitches, but it was totally visible and stunning. And what we were thinking about is something about the twist of this yarn and maybe the little bit of heatheriness in it. It really does, like the light just plays on it so beautifully.
I've knit on a lot of different things in the last few years, and I haven't finished that many, it feels like. I mean, I do finish things, but lately it just feels like I'm starting things. But this is one of my favorites that I've knit on. Like, this is like a good one to get a yarn crush on.
I have a yarn crush on that for sure.
And they're out of this color right now, which is, you know, I've got it ordered. When it comes, it comes.
Because everybody saw you were working on yours and bought it out of the factory.
Apparently.
And you're such a trendsetter.
Yes, that's me, trendsetter. Speaking of setting trends, I'm also working on this little patch. It's a little swatch, and like how I did my yarn.
Looks like a face.
Yep. So this is called Tulla Tweed. It is from Louisa Harding. You think you could hold it?
I thought I could hold a ball of yarn.
And I read about it, and I looked at it, and when it got put on the shelf, they put it up as DK, and I'm like, this isn't DK.
Should I hold a ball up?
And of course, I don't have the label with me. It has over 300 yards in it. And if you look at the size of it, it looks like a DK. So I started on a 6, and it's too dense. It doesn't feel right. It is really not a DK. So my next patch, next part of the swatch, next patch of a swatch. Can you say that 5 times?
Patch of a
fast?
swatch. Patch of.
My next part of the swatch will be on an 8, and then I'm going to do a 10. And I read a little bit about the yarn and how it fluffs out, and I didn't quite believe it, but after knitting on the 6s, I do. So this is a yarn crush for sure, and Iris didn't always agree with that and wasn't sure. It came when I wasn't here, and she wasn't sure she should even put it out. But I love it. So,
and also, so it is, did you say that it's a cotton wool blend?
Yeah.
Which is unique. We don't have a lot like that. And
we don't. And so more to come with this. And I'm excited for it. I haven't had a lot of time for it.
But it's fun to see her new yarn.
Yeah. And sometimes a swatch is nice because I can get a taste of what I want.
Yarn tasting.
Yeah, I can get a little taste and an idea and know that someday I'll be able to make and wear a sweater out of it. Goals.
Yeah. Goals. And it does help. I mean, when we work with the yarns, obviously we sell in the shop. When you have that personal tactile experience, it's so much easier to help customers know what they find something that they are going to match with.
Yep.
Okay, so I have a finished object, and then I'll show you some works in progress. So I finally finished. You saw this in a couple of podcast episodes. This is the Pianta Bandana Cowl by Lavanya Patricella.
Feels so nice.
It's really nice. Has a little bit of a fuzz. It's on the round plush single again. The colors that I'm using here are Glow, which is that bright, awesome fluorescent green with pink tourmaline. And then I held the pink with the Malabrigo mohair just for a little fluff. So this was a really fun pattern. It is these like tracks of brioche that I think in the pattern she says were inspired by like wheat sheaves. And so I'm kind of thinking if I do a brioche sort of beyond beginners class, this is actually a really nice pattern for learning a couple new skills. You're still working 2-color in the round, but you would learn like an increase as well as the other decrease that we don't learn in the first brioche class. And then you get to have some practice working 2 colors in the flat, which is not my favorite in brioche, but good to know how to do it.
Yes.
So that's that. And then I've got 2 things. I have my sweet little bag, and inside, because it's Socktober, I've got a sock going, and this is this is the Laine du Nord.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Gradient.
I haven't seen it.
Gradient, I think.
Paint gradient sock.
Gradient sock. So this is the DRK everyday sock. That's why it looks so weird and skinny. I always laugh. It has the Flegel heel, which I really enjoy doing. I'm using the tiny little 9-inch circulars.
So this pattern, it looks like it's ribbed all the way around, so it really hugs your
It really hugs.
Is that why you like it?
I like that. Yeah, I made those shorty socks that I think you guys maybe saw earlier this summer, and I'm gonna make these taller. And so here's what it looks like in the ball. Really fun to work with, and fun that it goes from so light into this darker.
I like your stitch marker.
That
How cute
came
is
with
that?
some yarn I bought from
That's
a
super
dyer.
cute.
Yeah, I got like a lot of them because I bought a lot of yarn. Okay, so that's Socktober, and Socktober is going really well. We're continuing to have our Sunday meetups here in the shop. Had a really vibrant group on Sunday, just people, knitting along, and it's just so fun to see all the different ways that people are doing constructions and exploring.
It's really a choose your own adventure.
I need to go to get a drink of water.
Yes,
Here's the notepad.
So here's Iris. She's getting over a cold. So I was going to be doing Socktober too. Well, I am. And I picked up some partly finished socks that I have, and I have been working on them as well, but I left them at home. So I cannot show you them right now. But I do have some that I'm working on. Welcome back,
Thank you.
Iris. So yeah, that's October. Everybody's like, we had someone finish a stocking. We have someone working on baby socks, and it's all fine. So is your coughing.
So is my coughing.
Don't panic.
And the other thing I just like to see people when they're just sort of like, oh, and what is that pattern? Oh, and what is that yarn? And
we've had a couple of people really struggling too. The beginning of a sock, if you've never done it, and if you have done it, you know, but especially when you're learning, that first 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch, it's just challenging. The yarn is wonky. Like, I feel like it's easier on that first part is easier done with the magic loop. Teaching people, which I've done, on double pointed needles in the round. If they've never done in the round and they're using little tiny double pointed needles on really tiny sock yarn, they're like, what is this thing?
Yeah.
So we are grateful for magic loop, but we had some people struggling even with that, but we got them through it.
And I think what I plan to do is, when we conclude Sotober, sort of pull together some of our resources into a blog post. You had that idea.
Yep, definitely.
Yep. We found some great tutorials on YouTube. We don't have to make all the tutorials, we realize. We find stuff.
We have customer waving at us from outside.
So funny.
She must not have realized we're podcasting.
These people are just sitting around in their shop, having a visit.
Yeah. And not only just peeked in, but knocked
and waved. That's the kind of friendly folks we have around here. It's pretty great. But yeah, so we'll let you know when we have a little blog post up where you can sort of see the roundup of some of the resources that we pulled together, some of our favorite sock patterns on Ravelry too. But I have one more project in process. This is an exciting one. It's a design I'm working on making. And it
just gets better and better.
It's pretty fun. This is Mystery by Wool Addicts, and it is a bulky yarn. It's a merino. It's a chainette. Let me pull off this ball. Yeah. It is so squishy, and it is so bouncy. Let me just get this so you can see. Look at that bounce. It's a
chainette, right?
It's a chainette. It's a delight at every stitch because, I'm like, wow, I don't think I've seen this bright green next to a pink before.
And it's making this awesome stripe. She's knitting it in the round. And who doesn't love a stripy sweater?
A stripy sweater.
I'm sure some don't, but...
Well, with these flecks of little sort of tweedy bits that are built right into the ball. So that's really fun, working on a design, fun to do that, and it's just sort of addicting. I just can't wait to keep knitting more on it always.
Yay.
So, what else do we got on our post-it?
Well, the next thing is we are going to chat about Rybeck. And Rhinebeck, as many of you know, is coming up this coming weekend. It's in a few days from now.
New York Sheep and Wool, Wool and Folk.
Yeah, there's other events too. I talked to somebody yesterday who's going to 4
Indie
events.
Untangled.
Yeah, and then I forget the name of the woman, some other show that I also had heard about. So Iris and I were planning on going, and we had tickets, we have Airbnb, we had plans. Iris is still going, but I am not. I have a family event that was unexpected that I really don't feel like I want to miss. So I am not going.
Family first.
Sad. Yeah,
always.
Yep. And
the festival would be there next year.
It will.
And maybe I'll do the intel this year.
Right.
I'll come back and
And so I won't be seeing any of you, but Iris will, and
I will be, and I'm excited. I've never been either. It sounds pretty amazing, being in one place and just having all of the nerdiest yarn people around me, in the tens of thousands, I guess. I was thinking, if I get overwhelmed by all those crowds or whatever, I'll just find a little quiet area and watch the parade of knitwear go by and crochet.
That's actually advice I've been given, to do that.
So it might be a little rainy. Yeah. That's okay. We know how to dress for the weather. I'm going with friends, some of our designer friends, Whitney and Alice.
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm looking forward to it, and I'm gonna bring a little bit of goat swag with me. So if you do see me and you want to say hi, I'm gonna have some of our remote goat stickers to share, and maybe even some of our fun Lars glittery stickers too.
Yep.
And we can do some selfies maybe. But I'm excited to just see what all the hype is about and check it out, because we've only heard great things from our customers too.
So if you see Eris, say hi, I'm a fan, or I'm a goat, or whatever, and if she has any stickers left, she'll be giving you
share.
one.
I might try to figure out how to do like some sort of live while I'm there, but that might be beyond me. We'll see.
She can do it. I am Faith.
So yeah, that's exciting news.
That is.
We've got more exciting news too.
Yeah, so this is an announcement we're going to have in mid-November, and we haven't nailed down details yet, but we will be very soon this week. But Mary Jane Mucklestone has a new book coming out, which is on pre-order at our website, Grand Shetland Adventures, and she's written that with Gudrun Johnston, and Mary Jane is going to be up here in the store for a book signing, so we're excited about that, and we don't have the details yet, but I would say if you're interested in coming and you want a book, I have some, but since booking Mary Jane, I realize I need more books. So if you want to do a pre-order, please do, because that will help me know how many books to order, because I have to order a few more. So mid-November, official announcement soon will be on the website, and we're really excited.
She's just an incredible resource that thankfully has this connection with you, Kristen.
Yeah, I've known Mary Jane for years. We worked in a yarn store together.
Oh my gosh.
So she used to live around here, and 20 plus years ago we worked together at a store called Unique One that no longer exists, sadly. But so we're excited to have Mary Jane, and she's a lot of fun. And
such a resource with Fair Isle.
And
it's amazing.
she's and this is all like, I've taken a little look at the book, and there's beautiful patterns in it. There's stuff about just being on Shetland. So if you have that Shetland fantasy, as I do,
We're back after I had to run out with another coughing fit. I am feeling a lot better, but you know how colds go.
Well, and when you're talking,
yeah,
it's always the way it is.
So we were just wrapping up about Mary Jane being awesome and coming here, doing our book signing.
Yeah, and how excited we are to have her. And if you're interested, I hope you'll come. It'll be a weekend. We'll make the formal announcement soon. And grab a book, or bring your books that you already have. Get her to sign them all, if you're a fan. So
awesome.
So we have one more thing.
One more thing. So we tonight are having our very first project, make your own project notebook workshop, and it's led by our goat staffer Isla. Isla was the one who inspired me to make mine, because I saw her come in with this cool book that she had, and she was generous enough to share some supplies with me. It has like a beautiful little ribbon. It has, I've sort of added my little bits of yarn that have to do with my different projects. Look, you can see the crosswalk shawl yarn right there. And Isla, you know, is just, so she's also a former educator too, so she's got great ways that we kind of nerd out about organization and thinking, and so she just had some really brilliant ideas, I thought, about how to organize a notebook. Her way of organizing was a little bit different than mine. Like here, you know, sometimes you just want to make notes about a pattern, and there's something about having it be just a $1 notebook from Walgreens,
right,
that feels not precious. Like I've had so many notebooks that just sit beautifully,
right, because you don't want to ruin them, or they're saving them for something special.
And guess what, this one got water damaged immediately, and I was like, well, okay,
you'll be making a new one.
I'll be making a new one. And then the other really brilliant move is there's this little clippy, and Isla had the great idea that if you clip your pattern in here, you can just set your notebook up on the table in front of you.
Oh, that's true, with this little
with the clip.
clippy.
So anyway, Project Notebook Workshop happening tonight, the 17th.
Yep, it's October 17th.
Mm-hmm.
We're also doing one next week on the 26th. It's a one-night workshop.
6 to 7:30. It's after the stores close.
Yep.
And we're turning our wheels with Isla a little bit about how we could offer this online too, because we know some remote goats already are like, please tell me when it's online.
Right. And what we'll do is we're gonna figure that out, and we'll send out likely a packet.
Like when you sign up, you'll get your supplies in the mail so you can participate at home.
And then you just have to hold on to them until the actual class.
It's super fun.
Yeah, it is. We're excited, and I'm excited because it's something crafty, but it has a beginning and an end point.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like a new project that I'm starting that I'm not going to finish.
And the brilliant part of it too that I just love is that it's open to each individual's personalization. Like Isla has, you know, her tabs are along the top, and she's got a lot of different ones that I don't have. Like I just did sort of 3 main sections in mine, but like your way of conceptualizing it could be totally different. Yarns I want to order, yarns I want to swatch with, you know.
Or I'm gonna have 2, because, you know, I mean, I can do one for the store, but I also just want to do one, like, I'm taking the class tonight as just a participant. That's all I want to be tonight, is a participant. So
let somebody else drive the bus for a change.
Right, and I can just sit back and enjoy. So there'll be more of those in the future. I see them potentially in January, February, something like that. So probably not over the holiday season, I'm thinking. But yeah, so
if you're local and you want to do the one next Thursday, the 26th, I think there's still some spots.
There's a couple spots. There's spots tonight too. If you are watching and want to join in, we do have spots. We kind of did it sort of fast, so we have it filled up, and next week is more full. But we'd love to have you join us tonight. Thank you for watching.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, leave a comment.
Yeah. Wave
a little bit, and we appreciate you being here.
Yeah,
we have fun doing these too.
Thank you all for watching, coming by, all the things. We appreciate you.
And happy making.
Happy making.
Bye.